How's it going, guys? This is Friday Fox here, and welcome back to the cooking vlog. Now, this week we have a little bit of a kind of treat for you guys, because I'm pretty sure that everybody loves pizza. So, what we're actually going to do is teach you how to make your own pizza from scratch, right from the dough all the way back up to the top. So, if you know how to make your own pizza, great. Let me know in the comments down below how you kind of tweak it or whatever. But otherwise, this is our own little recipe, and I hope you enjoy it. Alright guys, so this is actually what we're doing. We have a book here that we're actually getting the recipe out of. It's the Better Home and Garden New Cookbook. I got this book for a birthday present a couple years back, and it's got tons of awesome recipes. But this is the one that we're actually going to be doing right now, is the pizza dough. So what we need for the pizza dough is what?
Flour.
We need the flour.
Yeast.
We have the yeast. I think we only need two of these, or one.
Warm water. No, we don't.
Some warm water.
Cooking oil.
Oil. We got the cooking oil down there. Anthony's going to get it for us. And we need the water, which is in the sink. What's that? Oh, olive oil or canola oil. Sorry, canola oil, like we always use.
Yes. 2 videos.
Yep. And
Behind this one.
we have the. What else do we need? Let's see. Let me see. Okay. We need warm water, cooking oil, active yeast. So we're going to need 2 packs. We're actually going to make a double. We're actually going to make a double batch of this stuff this time, because there's 4 of us, and it usually only makes about I think it's a 10-inch pizza. So it's basically like a medium pizza or personal pan pizza for the most part. I have stretched it farther than that, but I don't recommend it. So we're going to make a double batch of this, and we'll also have we're definitely not going to eat it all today. It's going to be for lunches for the rest of the week as well. So, yes, we are going to keep going, and we'll be back when we get everything all sorted out and ready to go.
I'll put the flour. We have the. It actually says 1 package of active dry yeast.
Active dry yeast.
Yes.
We have 2 packs there because we're making 2. Okay, we're back, and I know I kind of cut in on that a little bit early, but we're back, and we've got everything all sorted out. We really don't need a whole lot. We've got the oil, so this is what we got here. We got the oils, we got the water, we got the flour, which actually we're probably going to use that one over there instead of this one, because this one's a pain in the butt to try and get your hand into. And come back to this. So, actually, we've got a new tripod. So we can actually have this sitting there, and hopefully you guys can see what we're doing. Right, let's do this. We've got all the stuff that we need to make for this, and we're going to get Elizabeth to read out the stuff so that we know exactly how much to actually put in everything.
In a large mixing bowl, combine 1, 2, and 2 quarters.
2 2/4? No, this is 1 1/4.
Yeah, but
1 1/4.
yeah, 1 1/4.
2 1/2. If we're doing double, it's 2 1/2.
2 1/2 cups of
Flour.
flour and yeast, and a half salt and warm water and oil.
Okay, so we're basically just dumping everything in all at the same time. We don't have the what? We have everything.
Sure.
Yes, we have the yeast.
We have the salt.
It didn't say anything about salt.
Salt.
This says nothing about salt. What do we need salt for? Hot cross buns. This says nothing about salt. And then it turns around and tells you to put, and a 1/4 tablespoon of salt. Okay, well then we need salt. It doesn't say it. That is so ridiculous. I've never actually seen that before, where they don't put some of the ingredients into the recipe, or into the recipe list. That's a little nuts. But anyways, Elizabeth's gonna grab that now, and me and Anthony are gonna start putting this, the flour into the bowl. So how many you got so far? Just the one?
One.
Okay, so you need 3, 4, 5.
Because these are full cups.
Those are 1 cup?
Yeah.
Why are they 1 cups? Okay, so we need 2 of those plus a half of one, which I don't like doing a half of one of those. So we need a half a cup, which is in that one. So, what? No, we're not trying to do a half. If we want a half, you use a half cup thing. Don't try and do half cups because that will never work if you're using a full cup or a full cup measuring cup. Never ever. That's a bad idea. You will never get it right. Unless it's like an approximate or estimate, don't try it. So, what are you doing? Push it down. Push! Oh! So strong! Why am I holding the camera? This is ridiculous. Okay, you guys are gonna do this. I'm gonna be the cameraman today. In your hand, same thing that we normally do. It's big. No, that's the wrong salt. Wait a second. You got the wrong salt. You need the other stuff.
Oh, this is sea salt.
Yeah, we don't need sea salt.
We don't need sea salt.
Sea salt is for cooking, not for making stuff. Okay, what else do we need? We've got turned out. Okay, well we're just
Yeast and we need yeast.
electric mixer. Oh no, we need an electric mixer. That's no good. Okay, stay here and watch Anthony pour stuff into a bowl.
So it's right now.
Okay, your bowl is in the right spot. You are not. You need to move this, move that. Over there.
Okay.
That's how much salt we're using. Stop moving around, please. That's how much we're using. All right. So that's how much salt. Remember, I don't generally use a whole lot of. Okay, sorry about that. We had a little bit of an accident with the yeast and it kind of went everywhere all over the floor. So Anthony's going to be washing his hands because he was just using a dirty dustpan to clean up the mess. And Elizabeth is going to start putting in the water. It says, beat with the electric, okay, add warm water and oil. So how much oil do we need? We need 2 tablespoons of oil, so that'd be 4 tablespoons. That's 4 capfuls. 4 capfuls of oil. So Elizabeth's going to put in the 4 capfuls of oil. Are you going to be okay with that, or do you want me to do it? Okay, so we don't have another mess. All right, come here, grab this. Okay, so, hi, how's it going? We're back. So, again, cap is about 1 tablespoon, so we're going to do 2 tablespoons. So 1, 2, but because we're making double batch, we're going to use 2 more. That's 1 more. That's 2. It's not a big deal if it overflows a little bit. Like the 1/8 of a teaspoon that you're going to put in there is not going to change things very much. So, especially considering it's oil. Oil is good.
Yep.
Makes your hands up. Okay, now what else do we need? We need the water. Water and, oh, that's right. Anthony's going to put in the water because I need to go get the egg beater. The thing that I said in the last video that we never ever use.
But we actually have to use it because of the yeast.
Actually, because everything that we just put in there is not going to mix well with a fork.
Is it supposed to look like that, Dad?
What?
Looks like so.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't you worry. Just wait.
That's how you turn it on?
We've got our egg beater. And we're going to bring everything over here.
Yep.
Bring all of the stuff over here, the nasty poop water.
Poop water.
We got poop water.
We got poop water.
Remove all my bacon stuff because we're actually.
Red alert. Red alert.
We made bacon earlier so that we could have some bacon bits for our toppings. And plug this in. Whoa! And make sure it's turned off. Because that could have been real bad.
You could have boiled yourself.
I could have taken your hair out because I had it up in the air, or I could have pinched my boob. Okay, so we got 3 settings on this thing. So 1, 2, 3, and it doesn't go any higher than that, or it's got off. And then if you press it, the things come out. Don't ever press the button while the thing is in motion, or you can actually hurt somebody really bad. Anybody seen that episode or the part in the Tomb Raider where she actually puts one of these things into like a power drill and shoots it at somebody? This will do the same thing. All right. So we are going to start on low because we've still got a ton of just dry
Yeast.
No, well, dry yeast, but also dry flour. That's what we put in there. We've got tons of dry flour, and I don't want it going everywhere. So until it gets all mixed in, you want to keep it on low.
Already smells good.
And then, as it gets harder, you want to turn up the temperature.
Like
Turn
that.
up the speed. Now that everything's all mostly cooked in there. The other thing that you have to worry about with an egg beater is keeping the beater inside of the bowl. Because
Focus.
What?
It is not focused.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. If you don't keep the beater in the bowl, it's gonna spray everywhere, and then your parents will have a freaking hissy fit.
Yep. Big hissy fit.
Or your significant other, or whoever else you're trying to cook for. Whoa!
I got you!
Did I? Oh, I got myself! No! Okay. That's what happens when you take it out of the batter without shutting off the bloody thing. Alright,
Yep.
it looks good. So, that is generally what we've got going on. Kind of looks like, what is it, oobleck? Yeah, oobleck. Looks very much like oobleck. But, yeah. Oobleck. Alright. So we're going to put it back down here. And, yeah, it's looking a little bit more like actual dough. What? As I can. Okay. Do I need a spoon, or should I just use my hands?
Yeah, you should use your hands.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take. Why are you so close to me? Wow. Okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to take a whole nother cup, just dump it in there. Whole nother cup, because we only used technically, even if we were going on the low end of this, we should be using like 4 cups of flour. So that's 2 cups of flour that I just put in there. Hopefully this works. This is not going to. Oh god! Is one of those things.
Poisoning.
What?
That poisons.
No, it's not that. It's the fact that I just don't like
That's
cleaning.
odd. That's odd that you take off your silver one.
No, I know.
It's rare that
But
that happens.
It's easier to take the bloody thing off than it is to try and get all the crap out of that. So. But now,
Episodes?
look at this.
Seasons?
I look like the swamp monster from the Black Lagoon.
What's the Black Lagoon?
What? It's a movie. The Creature from the Black Lagoon. That was actually the movie title. It's an old 1950s movie. Dope.
Speak louder.
Mommy's gonna look up when the creature from the Black Lagoon was actually filmed. All right. So when you're trying to get dough off your hands, if you notice what I'm doing, I'm just sitting here rubbing my hands together. It's the easiest way.
Yep.
1954. There you go.
1954.
Warren. Now the thing about dough is when they tell you how much flour to put in.
My arms hurt.
Yeah. When they tell you how much flour to put in, it's not always the same. It's not exactly how much you need to put in. Sometimes you have to put in more. Sometimes you have to put in less. It's something that you kind of have to gauge as you're rolling the dough or patting the dough, like what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And all that I'm doing is flipping it over, taking the end and squishing it back into the center. And I'm always taking the long side and squishing it back in so that everything gets mixed in properly. And it turns into a nice
Can I
ball.
put this down?
All right, let me wash my hands and then I'll take it from you.
Yeah.
All right, Anthony, looking really well. Okay, so dough's almost done, and yeah, that's because you haven't squished it enough. Just keep squishing it. Dough's almost done, so we're gonna do that or let that one go for a little bit. And while we're doing this, or while we're doing that, we are going to make the sauce. Now the sauce is actually going to be from scratch as well, and this is actually a recipe that Mommy's aunt gave us. So it's another family recipe for the most part. We don't need anything more for that. That one's all done. So I think we can put that away. And we can definitely, I'm going to put you guys down for a minute. We're going to take everything off the table. Now guys, the one thing that I did actually, Elizabeth was complaining that her hands were starting to get sore. That's because she's not doing it properly. Basically what you want to do is you want to keep your arms as straight as possible and use your shoulders and your upper body to put in as much pressure as you can. And use all of your upper body strength. Because it does, after a while, once it starts turning into actual dough, it does get really, really difficult to do.
You want to keep your hands, your wrists as natural possible. Otherwise, you're going to end up hurting your hands and your wrists.
So Anthony's opening up the cans of tomato sauce. This is tomato paste by Unico. Not a sponsor. We don't sponsor anything in the. We're not sponsored by anything in this that we use here. These are brands that we like because they're cheap and they taste good.
That one was on sale. Until
Just-
it's the same price as the new one. So.
Yeah, just because it's cheap doesn't necessarily mean that it's good. So always make sure that it's good if you're going to buy the cheap stuff. All right. So we got the cans open. What we need is a container to put them in. So we'll be right back when we have everything to go with the sauce. What the whole point of the flour is, or the extra flour that you're putting it on, is so that it's usable, not sticky. So what you're trying to do is try and put as much flour on it as possible so that it doesn't fall apart, but it's not sticky anymore. So that you can actually use it and put it onto things and it's not going to friggin' stick to anything that you put it on. Alright, so Mommy's going to put more stuff on it. And what we have here is the cans of tomato paste, and we put it in there. And I've got a can. So for every can of tomato paste that you put in, you have to put in 1 can of water. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So we're going to put the can in, and we're going to mix that around until it turns into an actual sauce. I might have to put in a little bit more water because I didn't fill up the can completely. But you also don't want to make a gigantic mess. We need brown sugar. So this is what we're using here. We got tomato paste, water, oregano, which is this special oregano that I actually got from my grandmother for Christmas. They make up these packages, these special packages for Christmas every year, and this stuff is straight from her garden as far as I know, and it's delicious, absolutely delicious. It's got such good flavor. I always use it as much as I can. And garlic. Now this says garlic powder. I don't like garlic powder because it doesn't always work very well, and the stuff that I have is old and busted. So I'm going to use actual garlic cloves. I've got chopped garlic, so I'm going to use that instead. Lots of garlic powder. And it says 1 tablespoon.
Our stuff was. I wrote that down. That was exactly what I was told when I wrote mine.
Lots of garlic, about 1
It actually
tablespoon.
did say that. So when I was showing it, it looked like about 1 tablespoon. But garlic at the time was very old, and we never used it.
Well, garlic is garlic, but that's garlic powder.
People who use their garlic powder.
Yes. So 1 tablespoon. I'm going to do 1.5 teaspoons.
I'm gonna wonder what that's gonna taste like.
I'm going to do 1.5 teaspoons. So that's 1 teaspoon. And
This
half.
stuff is not.
It is super strong.
Very
That's what it is. So I'm going to use
I just can't
teaspoons
handle
instead of tablespoons. It's ridiculous. And this stuff, I'm just going to lace in. So it looks good. That looks real good. See? So we got the 2 teaspoons of or the 1.5 teaspoons of garlic and the oregano.
The oregano
So the oregano's-
keeps the
The oregano gives
garlic.
it extra flavor. It's
and
like
it gives the
No.
this stuff
garlic.
away.
Garlic and oregano are like the two like staples of Italian food. They're like the 2 staples of Italian food. So anytime that you smell that beautiful Italian cuisine smell, it's usually garlic and oregano combined. For the most part. And maybe some basil, bay leaves. Those are the main things that you put into the tomato sauce. So,
But for this one, we don't.
and the best part about this is, as soon as we're done mixing all this together and it's ready to go, you don't have to cook it. You just let it sit.
Just live it. If you want
And
the
actually-
best taste, it says
Leave it overnight so
yeah,
it can actually
leave it
ferment a little bit of itself. So it's kind of like cooking, but not really. There we go.
your life.
My liking. I like to see it. I like to see it. And you know what? Just to add a little bit of kick and my own little flair, I'm gonna add a little bit of sriracha.
Now you can actually see it on this thing.
Okay, what does it also say? Garlic powder and salt and pepper.
Yeah,
So
salt and pepper.
the amount of salt we need, again, just about that much.
And then the black pepper.
Brown sugar's up there. And we're going to be sparing with the black pepper because this black pepper at least,
That
It's
black
super
pepper,
strong.
You can barely see it.
you can barely see it, but it's really, I don't know how well you guys can see that.
Oh, now
I did
we
a
can
nice
see
light
it.
coating over the entire thing. And that's all this black pepper that I'm going to be using. Because for some reason, my black pepper is like super, super strong.
Which is awesome for if things are bland.
Yeah, exactly.
This is yes, golden yellow sugar. Wait, is this the stuff that we usually use? Golden yellow sugar.
Yes. We use golden yellow sugar. It's the same thing as brown sugar. But
Sriracha. You just like the spice.
I like the way that it makes the tomato sauce taste. Adds a little bit of a kick, but not too much.
And Mom likes it when he puts
Tablespoon.
tablespoon of brown
1 tablespoon of brown sugar.
sugar.
So we got the brown sugar, or the golden sugar, I guess, whatever.
Golden yellow sugar. Golden yellow sugar.
There's that. That's 1 tablespoon. Add a little bit for good measure. Just a little bit, just in case. Just a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. All done. Mix that in. And that is ready to go. Okay, so we're back. From everything all sorted out, we got our sauce just sitting over here, kind of like fermenting for the most part, getting all the sauce and the flavors and everything like that all sorted out. And what we did with the dough is we actually put it into we left it in the bowl, and then we just covered it with a towel and let it sit for about a half an hour. Just a little over a half an hour, actually. And look what happened. It basically filled the entire bowl. It's fantastic. So, what we're going to end up doing... Yeah, see? Now it's all nice and fluffy. That's what happens with the... that's why you put... No, we're not going to punch it. And that is what happens when you put the yeast in it. The yeast actually starts eating up some of the stuff and makes it all puffy. So it's perfect. So what we need to do with it now is, actually we need some flour on the table, on the counter, because we need to take this and divvy it up into four even parts and then roll it out. So let's get started on that. So apparently we didn't put in enough flour. Oops, because it's still sticky on one side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this and just rub it in so it's not sticky anymore. And then we're just going to put a bunch of this stuff all over the table. No, that's plenty. Holy crap. I didn't need that much. And then we're just going to roll it in that so it gets all nice and floury. And shake it off. And look at this. That's where the dough gets its wiggliness. Got it all sorted out.
And we like spread it out. Spread it out.
Now they're all the same size. It doesn't matter which one you take. And what we do is exactly what you see in the movies. Flatten it out. Use your palm and just turn it into a nice circle. And then flip it over. Do the same thing. Push it out. You're going to push it out and push it out, push it out until it's all nice and flat. And you can take it,
All mini
dust it off.
pieces.
There we go.
And then we can like
Sort
twirl
it
it around.
No,
That's all I
twirl it around. But you do want to stretch it out so it's nice and even. If you have a rolling pin, you can use a rolling pin and roll it out. I like to use my hands. I'm not a big fan of using more dishes than I have to.
stretch.
It makes it easier to actually do this if you have a pan to work with, or one of those circular cutting boards they use at the pizzerias.
Exactly. Daddy, you're a pizza maker.
They never ever come out. Mine never seem to come out exactly the way that I want them to, because they always end up with either little bumps on the sides or whatnot. But that's a sign you know the person actually made it fresh. Yeah, because they don't come out perfect. Unless they really know how to do it and you watch them do it. And technically it is possible. We got ourselves a nice pizza crust. Perfect. So now what we're doing, what everybody's doing is the same thing. Anthony's is actually looking pretty darn good. I don't know what he's doing. That's not regular practice, but it's good enough. and Elizabeth is turning hers back into a ball. So, once everybody is ready to put the sauce and everything like that on, we'll come back and we'll show you what we're doing. Pretty much the final product, actually, at this point. We just need to cook it. And again, no, I really need to sort this out. So, 375, good to go. Yes. Shh, start. Preheat the oven and take out the pans. And when everything is ready to go, we'll be back. So we've got everybody's pizzas all sorted out. We've got them all nice and circular. Anthony decided to make his look like the surface of the moon. And Mommy's going to be putting on a whole bunch of sauce on hers. And Elizabeth actually said that she might turn hers into a panzerotti, which it's going to be more of a pizzone than a panzerotti, but it'll be fun. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take enough pizza sauce so that you basically evenly distribute it. Pretty much everybody knows how to make a pizza after this point. You put the pizza all the way across. Oh, that's right, we forgot the cheese. The cheese! Oh no! We've got the cheese here.
I want to put the grater in the
Yeah.
wrong place.
Pizza mozzarella.
That's what we
All right.
did for the first one.
So, we've got all of our ingredients here as well. Where we've got, everybody likes something a little bit different. Those are pickled jalapenos. And we've got the bacon bits from earlier when I was telling you that we had the bacon that we were cooking up for the stuff. We have regular old pepperoni. Anthony's got his pickles. And some, what is that? Salami. We've got some Hungarian salami with it as well. So, we're good to go. Basically, it doesn't really matter what you put on your pizza as long as you eat it, right? So, anything that you put on your pizza, just make sure that you're going to eat it. Everybody likes something a little bit different, like blue cheese and anchovies. I don't like anchovies. Well, I can't technically say that because I haven't actually tried any anchovies. I might try anchovies eventually, but yeah. They don't smell or look very appetizing, especially when my food looks back at me. I don't like that.
Not a chance. I didn't even like dealing with the feta.
Oh, feta is good. Feta is actually
Well,
something
it
that I've
tastes
tried
good.
and it's very, very delicious.
Delicious.
Not really, it just crumbles.
Yeah, but
It's exactly the way it's supposed to
ours was sitting in
That's
a
feta cheese.
bowl of water. Yeah,
You're standing on a chair. Okay, so that's basically how you're going to do it. Sauce, cheese, toppings. Nice and simple. And then we put it in the oven and we bake it for 25 minutes. And we'll be back when everybody's pizza is all done.
You can also do this with no toppings and turn it into like a garlic bread thing by putting a garlic butter sauce on instead of actual tomato sauce, and then cover it with cheese.
There you go. And it goes into the oven for 25 minutes, and then it'll be back out, and we will show you guys the final results when we come back. Bye-bye. All right, so we're back, and we have the final product ready for you, and this is what it looks like. This is mine. It's got jalapenos, bacon, pepperoni, and cheese all over
They
it.
got messed up.
And we already saw what Mommy put on hers. And she decided to eat some while we were waiting for the rest of them because she couldn't wait. Mummy. And Anthony's is probably the best looking one out of all of ours. He decided to make an art piece, and his just came out of the oven, so we're still waiting for it to cool down. But he's got pickles. You want to tell him?
It basically has almost everything besides.
Jalapenos? Yeah, I got the jalapenos on mine. I love jalapenos. Anything spicy. So he's got pickles, bacon, pepperoni, and cheese. And did you put anything else on it? Any of the salami? Okay. And Elizabeth made herself a pizzone, or I guess you could call it a panzerotti technically. But it's not fried. If it's not fried, it's not a panzerotti. So it's got all the sauce inside of it. What did you put in yours? Okay. Yeah, on this side. Bacon.
Not bacon, but
Oh, that's right. She just put the pepperoni and cheese. So it's a cheese and pepperoni one. And the best part about this is because we didn't use any eggs or anything like that, you could actually make this 100% vegan as well, because it basically just has flour, water, and yeast in it, pretty much. So if you wanted to switch out the meat products that we put on the top of it and put in like vegetables and whatnot, then you could just do that as well. So something that's good for everybody and 100% from scratch. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like this kind of stuff, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so you can keep up with everything that we're doing, and maybe find yourself one of the recipes that we make to your liking. And don't forget to leave me a comment down below letting me know what kind of stuff that you like what you want to see us cook, what kind of stuff you like, and maybe we'll put it into another video. But until that video, take her easy.
We're going to keep that, because that is dear to my heart and very treasurable. Oh, shoot. Ah! Well, how I hit that thing is beyond me.